Gordon Ramsay and his interesting parenting style with his kids. It seems like he's continuing our ongoing discussion about celebrity nepotism and nepo babies. And Gordon Ramsay seems hell-bent on avoiding producing his own 5 kids into nepo babies. And he has strict rules about not giving them special treatment.
No inheritance for you.
Yeah, so one of them is no inheritance for any of the children. He said, it's definitely not going to them, and that's not in a mean way. It's to not spoil them.
I don't think the kids will take it any other way.
Wait, what?
I don't think the kids will take it any other way than mean. I'm just saying. If I was the kid. And then he
said, the only thing I've agreed with Tana, his wife, is that they get a 25% deposit on a flat, but not the whole flat. And he also has a rule that he will not employ his children at his own restaurants. He said, I don't want the staff thinking, it's Ramsay's kid, we can't tell them off.
Yeah.
You want to work in this business, you F off to another chef, learn something different and come back with something new to improve the business.
I love it.
That is probably true. They would feel like they can't reprimand the kids because, they would get a talking to from the boss.
I love it. I love it. Jackie Chan also did this. His kids don't get any money from when he passes on.
I don't like this because I think that generational wealth and inherited wealth was always and is still what makes the world go round.
And I would say, like, is this one of those things where it's like they don't get the wealth, but do they get to run like a charity? Like, do they run some charity?
Something.
There's a way that rich people get around this.
I'm sure they've gone to excellent schools and had excellent possessions.
These kids are always gonna have a leg up, even if he gave them $0. Zero property.
They get the name.
They've got the name. Not only
the connections that come with it.
Yep.
They've got the like in the chef world, in the cooking world. Your father's Gordon Ramsay.
Yep.
As long as you spend a little bit of time in the kitchen with him, you're gonna be a really good chef. And that's what I was saying about nepotism isn't inherently bad because it's just furthering your skills. Like humans have done that for generations, for thousands of years.
I love it when these actors actually rise above the expectations that are set for them and do really, really well. Like, I love to see it work out for them.
Yeah.
I just laugh at them when they get really, really defensive about it. Like, they should learn to embrace it and just... It's hard because, like, when the question's lobbed at you every time they have to do one of these interviews, well, your dad is this person, your mom is this person, that has to be tiring and annoying to have to deal with all the time.
Sure.
But something like this is probably the better outset, right? Is the kids, I don't know if I agree with the idea of not giving them any money, like any inheritance at all.
He's
pass.
saying if they go move out, he's giving them a 25% of... He's giving them a down payment.
Deposit.
Shaq also said that. I remember Shaq saying his kids don't get any of his inheritance unless they get 2 college degrees, which is hilariously worthless. Like, you're making them spend your money.
It's a very pedestrian idea of how you get ahead in life these days.
Yeah. So he's like, they likely would be better off just like working with their dad and finding something they're interested in and allowing that relationship to open doors for them than going and get 2 useless degrees that maybe they don't have any interest in. They're just doing it so they can get their hands on their dad's money when he passes on.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I just I don't know where he plans to put this money then if it's not with his family members.
Yeah, where does it go?
Where does it go?
It's his. It's
when
Gordon's
he dies, where does the money go?
I mean, he's got
worse if it goes to charities.
If it goes to charities,
worse if it goes to charities.
It's just going to pay the salaries of a bunch of useless HR reps.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, he's got like a bunch of different like entities that are pretty much autonomous at this point.
You know what he should do is he should donate it to that. Do you remember when Burger King ran that really hilarious Twitter ad that said "Women belong in the kitchen"?
Yeah.
And it was their pilot program to get women to become chefs, and then they got epic backlash for making a post that said "Women belong in the kitchen." He should donate all of it to that. To the Burger King pilot
ending.
program. Yeah. Or he could start like an anti-nepotism charity that he donates it all to. It's like a program where people with famous parents go to learn any skill but the one their parents do. Like if you're an actor, you go there to become like a computer engineer or something.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like Bill Gates' kids go to become coal miners.
Yeah, perfect. Let's go.
I think when nepotism started to become a discouraged, stigmatized thing in American society because we are so hyper-focused on meritocracy, then what replaced it was affirmative action.
Yeah.
And whether you like it or not, people who don't deserve the things they have are going to have those things. People are going to like bad people get good things in life, good people get bad outcomes in life, and that just happens, and we need to like make peace with that. And then the idea that nepotism babies exist will anger you a lot less.
And it's one of the worst, like that envy is one of the prevailing factors in American culture right now. First of all, like as somebody in the chat made, like, here comes Brett with like a cringe Dave Ramsay take. And
don't buy lattes and avocado
yes,
toast. Maybe then you'd be able to put a down payment on a house, millennial.
I don't have a cringe. I don't have my own cringe Dave Ramsay take, but he did say, like, didn't he say that like only 8% of the millionaires in America were inherited, and like it's usually gone within a generation anyways. So the idea that you think that everyone who's got millions of dollars in America got it because their family was rich, no. That's not how it works.
Maybe American aristocracy doesn't reflect other cultures, because obviously royalty in the UK, for instance, is like, at least before modernity, it was an evergreen thing that they were always going to have their wealth. There's no way it was just going to disappear without modernity coming in to shake it up and disrupt it.
And I get really upset when people, like, I just don't like the envy. Like when people get really mad at other people because their family had money or had status. I'm like, so what?
Right.
Like, that's worry about your own problems.
Right.
And like it's just an excuse. It's a further promotion of the idea here that we don't promote a spot aspiration or achievement anymore.
Yep.
We promote envy and tearing other people down so you can feel better about yourself.
Right.
What Gordon Ramsay's doing is actually, I think, admirable, other than the fact that I don't want to know, like, I don't know where the money would end up going. And it's not our business anyways. It's not our business
he's
where his
talking
money
about
goes.
it publicly.
But he's talking about it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
another thing that he said was him and his wife travel first class, and they have their children travel in economy.
Oh, based.
He said, I turn left with Tana and they turn right, and I say to the chief stewardess, make sure those little beeps don't come anywhere near us. I want to sleep on this plane.
I love it.
I worked my effing arse off to sit that close to the pilot, and you appreciate it more when you've grafted for it.
He literally brings the screaming baby on the plane and puts it next to someone else.
I hope not when they were that young, but like this does give me James Corden vibes.
Yeah.
Like he had his wife and baby sitting in business class while he was in first.
Oh my God.
And then nobody knew
James
that they were
Corden.
married, but eventually his wife was upset because the baby was like just crying, and she went up to first class to sit with him, and no one around them knew that they were married yet, but he just kind of like turned away and slept and ignored her. And then once the flight ended, they realized, because she asked for his help like getting the luggage out of the overhead bin, and he wouldn't help her while she was like holding their baby.
Wow.
And they were like, wow, this guy is a douche canoe.
They just realized.
dude,
yeah.
like I love the idea, like when they go out to eat, he makes them get like stuff from the dollar menu, and he gets like actual food.
Yeah, it's just that's where you lose me. Like that's I don't know about that.
Plus, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of this feels like rehearsed. Like it's like, oh, I don't coddle
image.
my kids. Like he probably does coddle his.
But
kids.
they have like the best health care.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have wonderful insurance, etc., etc. I'm sure they don't drive terrible cars. There's like it's some of it's performative, I'm sure. But at least you can say that Gordon Ramsay is true to his character to some degree. You know what I mean? He's true to like the way that he is in like the kitchen. If you've seen the shows with the children and etc., he's obviously not a horrible dude. But you know, I'm just glad to hear that James Corden is.
Yeah,
That's all that I'm happy to
yes,
hear.
totally deserves.
Nah, not a fan.
Maybe Shaq's kids go to Hustler U.
Maybe
that's
could
one of
that
the-
count?
The Donda school.
They get
Oh,
a crypto. They get a
school,
degree
yeah.
in cryptocurrency trading from Hustlers U.
Then they get their
Yeah.
masters at PragerU.
Yeah, and their kids go to Donda Academy when
There
they're
we
born.
go.
Yeah.
It's the cycle of not actually school life.
And then when they're
Love
finished
it.
there, they join the war room for like $5,000 a month or whatever it
Perfect.
is. Not $5,000 a year, I think. Yeah.
It's
anyways.
I'm hoping that that Gordon Ramsay actually holds true to this, but I don't know if he should not give the kids anything. Like I said, it's not my business, but I don't want some HR rep and a bunch of officers that run some charity getting a bunch of money while his kids get nothing.
Paying for a quarter of each child's house is huge.
Yeah.
I mean that's
He
a
said
huge
flat,
leg up.
not house. That's a flat's an apartment. Right?
Yeah, but they're living in the city and probably really good
Fair,
areas.
yeah, they're not living out in the sticks. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think he's onto something here, and more. Maybe this will be the next celebrity trend. Just like and then TikTok will have to, like all the TikTok influencers will have to start like making sure it doesn't become a thing because they don't want their parents to start like cutting them off. Like it'll be the new celebrity trend to cut your kids off and use your kids as like I'm not some pushover. I discipline my kids.
I hope so. I want to see those TikToks being released of them like saying, "My dad, like he was so horrible."
Actually, you know what?
Guys.
Remember
It's
when
like just eating cake in front of your kids while they've got like broccoli on their plates.
when we were talking about like the celebrity, like everyone was going, "Mom, so and so dead at 35." Like we need a trend where rich parents go to their kids and film TikTok videos saying, "I'm cutting you out of the inheritance," just to watch the kids' reactions.
I would download a TikTok tomorrow if that was content on TikTok. Seriously, and I bet
it is. Honestly.
I've been a stalwart like anti-TikTok, anti-Douyin person for years, even before TikTok was in the United States, when Douyin was in Singapore.
Like instead of like just excusing your grandparents' crazy statements, they're like go up and confront them.
Yeah,
be like, hey, today we're gonna confront my mother who's been saying some wild stuff lately.
Yeah,
if we can camera out,
if we can make TikTok more like the Jerry Springer Show, I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm the first to sign up. Let's go.
Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.